of thought from the pictures and the description and the trailer to some extent that this might be bad. But some of the trailers bits made me laugh, so I went to see it anyway. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel every week, and then movie reviews just like this one here at the weekend. In the description box below you will find all of my social links, including my blog and my Goodreads if you are looking for book reviews. All of my movie reviews are spoiler free, and I will leave a playlist of my recent reviews linked up above. Yes, let's talk Strays. So I was like, this movie's going to be pretty bad. But then they released a second trailer, or a separate trailer, and it was actually like funny looking. I was like, it's got Will Ferrell attached to it. I like him. It's got Jamie Foxx attached to it. I like him. And I was like, you know, maybe it's worth going to see. But I kind of went into it knowing that it would be pretty bad, and it was pretty bad. So there genuinely were some funny moments in it. There were some moments where people in the movie theatre were laughing. There was, and it wasn't late at night. We weren't drunk. We were not drunk. And so it was regular time. People were laughing. There were some bits that were, you know, genuinely funny. Will Ferrell's dog character is just that, like, innocent, like, sweet, like, doesn't really understand the world that you get in a lot of comedies, that you get in a lot of sitcoms as well. So that's what he felt like. And then Jamie Foxx is this like inflated ego, I'm bigger than you, when in fact he is a French bulldog. And then Isla Fisher was in it. I was like, oh, I didn't know Isla Fisher was in it. Love Isla Fisher. She's fabulous. Like, as soon as the little sheepdog started talking, I was like, oh, is it a collie? I can't remember. I'm not very good with breeds of dog. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's Isla Fisher. That's great. But then there was just moments where the jokes were just really silly. And then there was just all this like sexualization of the dogs. Now I get that films that involve dogs and involve animals involve a lot of like humping jokes and like doggy style jokes and that kind of thing, but this just took it to that next step and then kept going there and kept going there and kept going there until it was like, well, are there going to be any more jokes that aren't about doggy style and humping? Because I felt at points that like the whole punchline was just about sexualizing these dogs, and I just wasn't that interested in that. Like, there's the whole thing with this big Great Dane dog and the size of its penis. I'm like, I really don't care. There was something about like the dog that's played by Isla Fisher and that dog's vagina, and again I'm like, I don't really care about that. That's not that funny to me. And then yeah, there was just scene after scene after scene where they would be like humping different things, and this whole storyline involving Jamie Foxx's dog and this one sofa that he'd humped that he liked, and you know, imagining that this sofa was talking to him, or imagining that this sofa was cheating on him. I was like, it was just really weird and a little bit like, it was poor taste. And then there is a scene, now I feel like if you are sort of, I don't want to say like into animal rights, because obviously we're all into animal rights. We don't want to see bad things happen to nice animals, just like we don't want to see bad things happen to nice people. But I think if you are of a sensitive nature when it comes to animals, there is a scene involving, you know, the death of some other animals. And again, no spoilers, but it was just, I was watching the scene unfold, and it's one of those where you can see what's going to happen. I was like, no, they're not going to do this. And I think I literally sat in my cinema seat and went, oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. Because I couldn't believe that they'd actually gone there. And it sort of kept being brought up again as the film went on, and it being like the butt of the joke that this had happened, or them being like, no, of course we never knew about those, you know, animals dying. Again, not talking about how it's woven into the plot at all, the plot. I just, yeah. And then Will Forte, it plays Will Ferrell's dog's owner, owner again. Like the plot there is that his girlfriend was the owner and then she left him and he was left with the dog. It's that, you know, again, that's not a spoiler. It's quite clear. And again, he is just really, really horrible to this dog. And thankfully, you know, part of the plot is the fact that the others are trying to show Will Ferrell's dog that this shouldn't be happening. But again, it's that line of like, this is just animal cruelty that's being like glorified for the selling of this quite big studio comedy movie. And I was quite surprised that all these big names were attached to it and were okay with the sort of cruelty that was being shown on the screen. Because again, it's all done in the name of humour. It's not like, oh, this is really bad, what's happening, we must rescue these animals, or oh, this happened but it was only a dream, or anything like that. It was just like, I'm quite surprised that they've got away with it, to be honest, because, you know, I watch horror films, I watch comedy films that really take it to the edge. I'm not somebody that's sort of easily shocked or particularly sensitive, and it made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel icky, and I wasn't happy that I paid my cinema going money to go and see it. So, I mean, that brings it to the conclusion quite nicely. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? No, absolutely not. If you haven't seen my review of Theatre Camp, it should have been in the cinemas for as long as Stray was in the cinemas, because Strays was in the cinemas for far too long compared to that. I think it's still showing now, and I saw it at the very beginning of the summer holidays, and I'm like, no, that's not okay. There are better films out there, so don't watch it in the cinemas, don't watch it at home, don't watch it if you like animals even remotely, and don't watch it if you think you're going to find something that's actually funny, because it just wasn't a great film, and I feel like I wasted my time and my money and didn't want to be seen to support this film. So there you have it. As always, if there is a particular movie that you would like to hear my thoughts on here next week and hopefully have a more positive review, then do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on A, next week's movie review video, and B, the bookish content that is coming your way in the week. So yes, I will be back with that bookish content for you very soon. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Woo!